Nappa is a character that I believe could have done way more if given the opportunity. However, his existence was cut short thanks to Vegeta. But what if instead Vegeta spared Nappa and continued on living during the Saiyan Saga? And specifically, what if he actually managed to join the Z Fighters or somehow turned good? My name is Tylearn, and today we will be discussing What If Nappa Turned Good, and if you guys do want to see more parts of this series, be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, hit the bell icon, and follow me on Twitter. That will be linked in the description. And with all that out of the way, let's get right into the video.
Hey, collecting rings like I'm Sonic. Bitches wanna party. My wrist getting heavy, so I got 'em on a diet, yeah. Flex like I'm Hogan. Yobi's coming over, yeah.
We start our story off with Vegeta sparing Nappa due to him thinking Nappa deserves to stay in that condition rather than just putting him out of his misery. Instead, he breaks Nappa's hand when he tries to reach out to Vegeta, being too injured to really do anything. After this, Goku and Vegeta would have their fight, which is the exact same as in canon, with Vegeta leaving the planet, saying the only Saiyan who will be dying today is Nappa, as he then laughs and blasts off. After this, Krillin looks over to Nappa and is ready to finish him off, but Goku says how it would be smart to keep him alive due to him not only having info on Vegeta and where he could be, plus Goku already got a good impression on how Vegeta treats Nappa, and Goku thinks that they can maybe redeem him. Krillin and Gohan don't really know what to think of this because they witnessed Nappa kill all of their friends. However, they did also see even when Nappa was doing his job, Vegeta just almost killed him. And plus, Goku is just that type of guy to where he'll see the good in someone even if that person doesn't really have that much good in him. He's done it with Frieza, he's done it with Piccolo, Tien, Vegeta. He's done this with half the goddamn cast, and that's what Goku's going to be doing with Nappa here. Goku and the others will spare Nappa, but in return, Nappa has to cooperate and give them any info they want on Vegeta. Nappa would tell them how they came here looking for some Dragon Balls, and like in canon, Krillin would put 2 and 2 together, and Namek is still set up. However, Nappa and Goku are going to be chilling at the hospital here since they are the most critically injured, and so Krillin, Gohan, and Bulma head off to Namek, and whenever Goku and Nappa recover, they would head off into the gravity ship heading towards Namek. And yes, it makes sense for Goku to bring Nappa here since not only does Goku trust Nappa or is trying to trust him, but leaving Nappa here on Earth by himself would just be stupid because he could just easily destroy it. That would make him the strongest person on Earth. So instead, why not just have him around just to keep him in check? Goku and Nappa here train together, and with Goku having a training partner, especially after Nappa gets a Zenkai boost after his fight with the Z Fighters, Nappa wouldn't be too far behind Goku, enough to keep up in their training. I'll say Goku's new power level is 135,000, while Nappa reaches a power level of 84,000. I think here as well, Nappa and Goku would grow as homies since they both want to fight Vegeta, but obviously they have their own reasons for that. Goku just wants to fight while Nappa just wants revenge, and Goku says to Nappa how after they both fight Vegeta, they should go at it too. Even though Nappa murdered Goku's friends, he senses the conflict within him and how he feels like the one thing he was doing for his whole life was for nothing. But after he gets his revenge settled, he should consider joining them. Nappa says he'll think about it and would have also mentioned to Goku about Frieza and warning him of his overwhelming power. Nappa also learns how to detect ki and can suppress himself. The two would land on Namek with Nappa rushing in and one-shotting Recoome, and Vegeta, Gohan, and Krillin would all be shocked from this. Vegeta especially, since he not only thought Nappa got killed, but now even Nappa, his old bodyguard, had surpassed him. After Nappa punches Recoome, Goku lands next to them and Nappa sees Vegeta. Nappa, bloodlusted, would go on for a full swing. However, that's when Burter and Jace intervene, trying to avenge their fallen Ginyu Force member. Nappa would end up murdering Burter, and Jace would run to get Captain Ginyu's aid. Like in canon, Goku pursues after him and gets his body swapped, while Vegeta and Nappa are settling their score after Goku gives him a Senzu Bean, which Goku still does. It's only fair if Nappa fights him at his best, and Vegeta around this point should be around the same power level as his Frieza fight self, so around like 530,000, which would sadly mean Nappa would be overpowered and would get absolutely destroyed. He's thinking of trying to finish him off, but around that point Captain Ginyu would arrive, and Vegeta would need to go and beat up Ginyu so that he can get out of Goku's body. Vegeta would laugh at the brute, saying that he's been spared twice now, and it won't happen a third time. Goku would still get in a healing pod, while Nappa, who barely has enough energy to even fly, makes it over to Gohan and Krillin, who would steal under Vegeta's nose. At first they were scared because they thought Nappa was going to come in and harm them, but Nappa laughs, saying that he insists on helping them. And the group would still manage to summon Porunga. Piccolo is revived and teleported to Namek, and Frieza still kills Guru. And now Frieza and Vegeta, along with the other Z Fighters, would combat each other. As this happens, Dende would have healed Nappa up by now, receiving a massive Zenkai due to being fatigued for quite a long time. Frieza, after scrapping with Vegeta for a bit, would transform into his second form. However, that's when Nappa would power up, with both fighters having a power level of over 1 million. The two fighters rush at each other, with both of them being evenly matched. However, Nappa would have just the slightest edge, thanks to Goku teaching him a few tricks in hand-to-hand combat, so he's actually able to get the jump on Frieza. Piccolo would still absorb Nail and arrive to the battlefield, with Piccolo and Nappa having no other choice but to 2v1 Frieza, forcing him into his third form. Now Frieza is able to easily overpower Piccolo and Nappa, but Gohan would manage to blast him away with his Rage Amp, and during this time Dende heals not only Piccolo but also Nappa, and reluctantly heals Vegeta. Frieza still transforms into his final form, kills Dende, and is going to try and kill Gohan next, but as this happens, Nappa would show off speed he hasn't shown off before, deflecting the blow that would actually save Gohan. Nappa says how Gohan's father made him see an opportunity to become something more, and now he sees while fighting alongside the Z Fighters that he will. But the first thing he can do is try and make up for what he's done. Nappa would power up while Vegeta would do the same, saying how he's going to become a Super Saiyan. The two Saiyans combat Frieza, performing much better than what Vegeta did alone. However, it's still not enough and Frieza beats them up. But by the time he brings both Nappa and Vegeta down, Goku would have already appeared and fought Frieza just like in canon. This is where things begin to align with its canon self, with Goku using the Spirit Bomb, Frieza survives, blasts Piccolo, and kills Krillin. Goku would go Super Saiyan while Nappa grabs Piccolo and Gohan and flies away, with Vegeta following behind due to Goku telling him to leave as well.
Goku goes Super Saiyan for the very first time while Nappa grabs Piccolo and Gohan and flies away, with Vegeta following behind due to Goku telling him to leave as well. The Frieza fight typically goes the same, with Nappa and the others being transported to Earth, and Goku would still survive Namek's explosion and train on Yardrat. While this was happening, Vegeta would actually try to claim himself to be the strongest on Earth, but Nappa would object to this, and the two would actually finish their beef once and for all. They would both rush at each other at full speed and max power, Goku and Frieza style, with them both being dead even. They both smack each other unconscious, and when they both realize this, that they're pretty relative, so they would then try to surpass one another as they then train for 1 straight year.
During this time, King Cold and Mecha Frieza return, but a mysterious warrior would appear. It's future Trunks, who still kills Frieza in cold and explains to Goku about his timeline. Where this time, instead of not only Gohan surviving, it was also Nappa, and the three of them lived for quite a while. But Gohan ended up dying while fighting, and 3 years after this, Nappa and Trunks try fighting the androids again, but Nappa ended up dying there trying to protect them, leaving Trunks to be the only warrior who could possibly save the future now. Goku still gets his medicine, and the Z Fighters would train for the next 3 years in preparation for the androids. During this time, Nappa would be training and would have tried unlocking Super Saiyan, but he just needs a push. Goku decides to tell Nappa about his future and how he died trying to fight some androids, and they can't have that here, and Nappa needs to be strong enough to survive this. Think about the future he wants to have. If he isn't strong enough, there is no life to live or no future for him. Nappa keeps getting pushed and pushed, but it's when Goku mentions how Vegeta probably has achieved this power already and surpassed the both of them due to Goku wasting so much time trying to train him. That's when Nappa snaps, instantly transforming into a Super Saiyan and punching Goku clean in the face. Goku survives the hit and smiles while powering up himself into Super Saiyan, and the two would begin to spar. They would keep training until the day of the android threat, and when everyone meets up, they still see the city being attacked. The Z Fighters fly in hot pursuit towards the city that had been suddenly attacked, and Jiro and 17 still appear, piercing Yamcha and Goku still fighting 19 and catching the heart virus. When the Z Fighters initially try saving Goku, Nappa would go Super Saiyan and save Piccolo from Dr. Jiro's eye beam and would throw a punch that sends Jiro flying into the ground. Meanwhile, Vegeta appears himself and would fight 19, turning him into Swiss cheese while Jiro tries fighting Nappa but ends up escaping and just rushes to summon 17 and 18. This means no Piccolo getting his energy absorbed, and Trunks and Bulma don't almost die. Instead, Trunks arrives, but Vegeta still puts 2 and 2 together. That's his kid from the future. 16, 17, and 18 are still born. 18 fights Vegeta, while Nappa fights 17. Both Saiyans are defeated badly, and even when the others try intercepting, it doesn't even matter. The android threat is seemingly too powerful, and the Z Fighters are wiped out. They would then go on their way to try and hunt down Goku, and this is where we are going to be leaving the story off for now. If you did enjoy the video, ladies and gentlemen, be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you are new to the channel, hit the bell icon, follow me on Twitter, you guys already know all that good stuff, and be sure to subscribe to the second channel, Tylearn, where I do non-would've content and stuff that I'm more passionate about than I am on this channel. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all in the next one.